thank you for joining on Something More tonight. Oh my God, I am so excited. Tonight is the finale. We get to say goodbye for just a season. I'm excited, and I'm also a little sad. I'm excited for all the other things I'm going to be doing, and I'm sad to not be with you every week. But we're going to get through this. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing time for us to be together. So thank you for being with me. I love you. Thank you for joining with me tonight on Something More. So I want to say this platform, as you know, it's about forward-moving thinking, forward-moving mindset, forward-moving, juicy, delicious, conscious conversation, and forward-moving actions that are in alignment with kingdom principles. So thank you for being here tonight. My name is Petra, if you're joining for the very first time. And we're going to get into the do of the do of the do. I've already prayed. I asked God for his blessings on all of us. So we're going to get right into the meat of the matter. Yes, yes, and yes. So thank you for joining in with me. As we are in the season, our Thanksgiving season, I love talking about gratitude. It's such an important thing, and I would not want to miss the opportunity to bring us back to that word, to the attitude of gratitude. So tonight, that is what our conversation will be in and around. Finding gratitude in everything and anything, or finding gratitude in anything and everything. It's more than us, Thanksgiving is more than us gathering together and, saying, that's a beautiful turkey and all the beautiful, wonderful, sumptuous food that we'll have, the meal that we'll have. It's so much more than that. It's really a time for true gratitude. And sometimes the food is a distraction, truth be told. But we have the opportunity to get into that place where we are grateful for our lives and just, taking time out to be grateful for a lot of the things that we forget to be grateful for. We forget to be grateful for. And gratitude doesn't have to be, we don't have to find our gratitude in the things that are, great, or some people would think that, oh my God, this is amazing. You can find your gratitude in the smallest of things. Gratitude can be found in anything, and gratitude can be found in everything. So you remember that as you chowing down that turkey and that good old oxtail and curry goat and nice veggies and rice and beans. Am I making somebody hungry already? And collard greens and cornbread and you name it. Just gratitude. Just like actually eating and just being grateful for the fact that you can chew and taste your food. So many people's taste buds aren't working. So, you can really find that gratitude in anything. You really don't have to look too far to find something to be grateful for. And it was designed that way. It is such a powerful tool that we have, just like prayer. Gratitude is powerful. And because gratitude is so powerful, it's one of those things that Jesus brought front and center after he healed the 10 lepers. He noted that only one returned to say thank you. And Jesus said, didn't I cleanse 10 lepers? And now, where are the other 9? Only one returned to say thank you. So our thank yous, our gratitude, they are so, so, so important. So it is really about turning up our gratitude volume in this season, not just around Thanksgiving, but it's such a perfect opportunity to do it, to turn up our gratitude volume. Because the truth is, a lot of times we get stressed out and we get pulled down in different rabbit holes that go really, really far down and really dark holes, because we have lost the ability to be grateful. We have lost that attitude of gratitude. We have lost the ability to find grace in the midst of anything and everything. And we need to find that back, because it is so powerful, our gratitude. So in this season, we want to turn up our gratitude volume. We want to be okay with where we are right now, not thinking that this is where I'm going to stay forever. But a lot of times what we do with where we are, we begin to become ungrateful. We begin to curse ourselves and, curse the things that we're going through, and the things that we have. We begin to see them in a different light than God has intended for us to see those things. We look at them as nothing. We look at ourselves as nothing. David said in scripture that just looking at ourselves, that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and this my soul knows well. So even in gratitude, we can find gratitude in how we were created, like piece by piece by piece. There's so many things around us to be grateful for every single day. But we get drawn away with our own lusts and our own desires, that we forget this very, very powerful tool, this very, very imperative attitude that all of us should have. It is the believer's attitude, that gratitude. So we have to learn through gratitude to be okay, to be thankful for where we are right now, because the truth is, wherever you are right now, it could be worse. And I know that really doesn't comfort a lot of people, but listen, it is the truth, and we have to qualify that. Wherever you are right now, like, sit with someone and they can hear their story, and then you'll see how much better you are. So whatever you're going through right now, the truth is it could be worse. And if we're desiring for it to get better, you don't get there without gratitude. Not complaining with where you are right now, not complaining about what you have, but learning to be grateful for what you have and where you are right now. It's important to be grateful and to be thankful for where we are right now, for everything that we have. Because the truth is, everything's working for us. Even if you're going through a very difficult situation right now, I promise you that that thing is working for you. You are not supposed to understand it while you're going through it, because it wasn't designed that way. It wasn't designed for you to, lift your hands and say, yay, I'm going through a difficult time. I'm just so excited about it. It's not that. It's that quiet understanding, knowing that whatever you're facing right now, there's an after this. There's a place where you will be elevated from that place to where you want to go or need to be. So that thing is actually working for you, because it's a stepping stone. So allow what you're going through right now, if it's unpleasant, understand this, that it is working for you. You can allow it to work for you, because that is what it was designed to do, to work for you. Each trial comes to make us stronger, not deplete us of our strength, but to work for us and to take us to the next level. So everything is actually working for us. And I know it's going to take some faith to believe that, but that is the word of God. Here's one thing that we know about gratitude. So a couple things we need to know about gratitude. Gratitude is the doorway. It is the gateway that allows other blessings to come into your life. If you are ungrateful, or if you do not practice gratitude daily or often, what you're actually doing is closing the door for your blessings to come in. They can't even locate you, child, because they come and that door is closed. That's one thing we know about gratitude. Another thing we know about gratitude is the more grateful you are for what you have, where you are right now, is the more you open the opportunities for more things to come to you for you to be grateful for. So if actually what you need is a spoon, knife, and a fork, and all you have is a spoon, if you're willing to be grateful that I have a spoon, and every day look at the spoon and be grateful that I have the spoon. Even though you're desiring the knife and the fork, you're not looking at the spoon and say you're no good because, there's no knife and, like seriously, there's no fork. Like, why are you just here? Looking at the spoon and loathing the spoon because that's all you have. Rather than understanding that you can be grateful that you have the spoon. Because some people want a spoon and don't have a spoon. are never left without something to be grateful for. And when you're grateful for that one thing, that thing is working for you and opening the doors for more things to come for you to be grateful for. So if you can be grateful for the spoon, guess what? Sooner or later, the knife is going to come, and sooner or later you could be grateful for that knife. The fork is going to come. But if you're at that place where you're constantly looking at the spoon and loathing the spoon and talking down to the spoon, your knife and fork going to take a mighty long time to come to you, because every time it looks coming around to see if you are ready for it, because a lot of times things don't come to our lives because we are not ready for it. It's on another level, and you have to come up to that level to get that thing. That thing is not coming down to where you are. That's not how it works. That's not the principle. Growth is in levels. We live in realms, in different stages of our lives, and certain things are on different levels in our lives, and so we have to grow up to it. It never comes down to us. So gratitude. Can you grow in your attitude of gratitude? So if all you have today is the knife, and is the spoon rather, you can be grateful. Thank your way to the knife and thank your way to the fork, because it will come. So we know those two things about gratitude. The more grateful you are, the more things that will come into your life for you to be grateful for. The opposite of that is true. The more unthankful you are or ungrateful you are for what you currently have, is the more things that will come to you for you to be ungrateful for. Simply because the law is energy grows where energy goes. If there's negativity and that is all the energy around, it attracts more negativity. If you want to have more, the principle is give and it shall be given. So whatever it is that you are given, it shall be given. So if you give ungratefulness, it shall be given. That's the law. If you give love, it shall be given. So we got to turn up the gratitude volume. So we want to come to the place and the space where we learn to celebrate, embrace, honor, love everything that has already been given to us, everything that we already have. There's a verse of scripture that I love very much. And I'm paraphrasing. Jesus says, to him that uses well what has been given to him, even more shall be given. Like, God is so faithful. He's so faithful. If you use well what has been given to you, even more shall be given. But if you don't use well what has been given, even that which you have will be taken away. Ouch. But he is so fair and so wise and perfect in all his ways. So if we're using what has been given to us and we're using it well, then it adds to us. More is given. But if you're not using it well, if you toss that spoon, hide that spoon, look at that spoon with disdain, don't talk about the spoon, don't use the spoon, don't be looking for the knife and fork, because you're operating or going against the law. And the laws, when we use them, they're consistent, the results are consistent, and they are reliable when we apply the laws of God. So gratitude, again, it is the doorway to our blessings, and it is really the soil in which we grow something new. It is the soil in which we grow something new. I know it's not easy. It is not easy for us to feel that sense of gratitude when we're going through difficult times. I get it. And I'm not saying that, you should be happy that you're going through difficult times. But what I'm saying this evening, to have an understanding that whatever it is you're going through, there's always grace in it. God will never allow a challenge to come in your life to which he has not attached a level of grace. My pastor says it well, that you should always find the grace in your struggles. You know why you can find it? Because it's actually there. Grace is always attached to our struggles. But again, as the principle is, energy grows where energy goes. If in the midst of your struggle, all you're focusing on is the problem, the energy around the problem goes. Even if the problem is small, you focus on the energy. You talk about the energy. You're in that space where you're thinking and you're believing that this is your life and it will never get better, and complain. Did you know in scripture the word of the Lord says that God does not appreciate us complaining? He does not like complaining. I need to find that verse and let you know. But specifically, he doesn't like complaining. And I can totally understand why. Because whatever we're going through, it's working for us. So if you're being focused on the problem, that problem is going to get bigger. So even in difficult seasons, there's always something to be grateful for. So instead of asking the question, why me? We can ask more empowering questions, more intelligent questions like, what do I need to learn in this season? We can ask more empowering questions like, how is this experience strengthening me for my next level? We can ask questions like, what will it look like on the other side of this pain? What will it look like when I get over this? What will it feel like? Can you feel it? Can you focus on that? Can you believe that and hold on to that? And allow your gratitude to flow, even in that difficult situation, that it will not always be this way. I am grateful. What are you grateful for? What are you grateful for? I am grateful for this evening, for being able to come to you every Tuesday evening for, I think it's almost 2 years. I think about 2 times. I traveled once, and another time I had another emergency and I wasn't able to show up. But every Tuesday evening for almost 2 years, I'm grateful for this opportunity to come. And I'm that girl that I'm running for one as well as 1,000. Because one person's life being changed is good enough for me to say that my job has been well done. So I'm grateful for that. What are you grateful for this evening? I'm grateful that I have a beautiful love relationship with my husband. That after 23 years of marriage, that I am still crazy about him as I think he is about me on most days when I don't drive him crazy. I think we drive each other crazy, but it keeps it interesting. And I know that my husband loves me and I love him crazy. Just a beautiful relationship that I take no credit for. He, takes no credit for that. We know that it is something that God has truly blessed us with as we surrender to his idea of a healthy relationship. As we surrender to the purpose of it and pay attention and acknowledge the rules of a healthy relationship. So I'm grateful for that. What are you grateful for this evening? Anyone? Everyone? What are you grateful for? I am grateful for the ability to love those, to love again, to freely love again. Those who have hurt me, betrayed me. I'm grateful for the opportunity to forgive the perceivably unforgivable, to love the perceivably unlovable. And I love the word perceivably because it only looks that way, like we're unable to do it. But within our own self, within our own strength, yes, it is perceivably impossible. But with God's grace and his strength, we can do all things. So I'm grateful that I've been able to walk through forgiveness and let some people go and be at peace with them, be at peace with God, be at peace with myself, and be at peace with others. I'm so grateful for the freedom that I have found in my life. What are you grateful for? Are you guys talking to me? Anybody? Everybody? What are you grateful for? do all things without complaining and disputing, that you may become blameless and harmless, children of God. That's Philippians chapter 2, 14 to 15. Thank you for that. Without complaining. What are you grateful for? I am so grateful that even though I don't know how and I don't know when, I know that change is coming to my life because it's designed that way. Seasons of life, nothing lasts forever. No matter how great or how terrible, it doesn't last forever because seasons do change in our lives. So I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I can remember to be thankful in the midst of trouble, in the midst of gratitude. Like I remember when my brother Gifford passed away, and it was so painful. I thought it was too early. And every time the tears welled up in my eyes, where I felt like I was going to lose it, I went straight to the place of gratitude. You know, that energy of gratitude, it really changes you. It changes the situation. It changes your view. When you switch from worry to gratitude. And every time I would feel that tear, that hot tear in my eye, I would look up and I would just begin to be grateful for all the times I had with my brother. I would be grateful for the times that the last text he texted to my phone, he said to me, and I still have the text on my phone, yeah, I need some therapy because, you know, I still have all my brother's pictures, his number, all his text messages. I cannot seem to let it go yet, but pray for me. But my brother would say, his last text message to me was, "You're one in a million." I'm grateful for that my brother could say that, because a lot of brothers and sisters don't have that relationship where they say nice things to each other. I'm grateful for that was the last thing he texted me. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my unwavering faith in God. I'm grateful for my spiritual foundation, that I know that all things are working for my good. And I know that He is with me. He is my defender. He's my help. He is the friend that sticketh closer than a brother. He is my redeemer. He is my all in all, my life, my joy, my all. I'm grateful that I found that in Him. I'm grateful that I found a hiding place in Him from the stresses of the world and the stresses of relationship and the stresses of everything that we deal with on a daily, that there's a hiding place in Him. There's a place of comfort in Him. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that spiritual foundation. I'm grateful for my husband and my children. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the people in my life who really love me, and those people who will show up for me when I need them. Because we all need people to show up for us every now and then when it really matters. I don't need you showing up every day, but there are some times when it really matters. And I'm grateful that I have people in my life who will answer the call when it really matters. I'm grateful for that. Shauna Kay says, I'm always thankful for my family who loves me even when it's hard for me to see. That's good. That's good. I'm grateful. Dr. Martin says, I'm grateful for you sharing words of wisdom on something more. Oh, well, thank you for that, Dr. Martin. That is so sweet. It's nice that someone has gratitude for me. And I am so grateful to be able to lead the conversation. I am grateful. So for me, I don't have to go too far, and neither do you have to go too far. No matter what your situation is, you don't have to go too far to have some level of gratitude. The truth is, you can move through whatever you're going through with gratitude. And you can find grace in your struggle, because they all come with grace assigned to it. God will never give you the struggle. Just like Job, most of us, we go through different issues, different challenges in our lives, but we're still not at the stage where Job in one day lost everything his, and then his wife turned around and said, curse God and die. We're still, we've just not been there where we experience that magnitude of pain in one day. Job did. And when we look at his example, he says, I'm going to trust you. Though you slay me, I will trust you. His struggles came with grace attached to it. That God told Satan, don't you touch his life. That was grace that was attached to the struggle. It was a barrier. It could go so far and no further. And I'm grateful that with each temptation that God already prepares a way of escape. He has the solution. So it's not coming and we're in it forever. There is a way of solution. Even if you don't understand it when it's coming or how it's coming, your solution is coming. And you have to know that with unwavering faith that it is so. Because nothing lasts forever. Your pain, your struggle, whatever you're going through right now, it will not last forever. So you can find that grace because it's already been assigned to whatever you're going through. I love it how David said in scripture that I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made and my soul knows well. Have you ever taken time out to look at your feet and say thank you? As a young girl, I used to look at my beautiful size 9 and be very ungrateful for them. I did not appreciate them because my mom was a size 8 and my sister Paula was a 7.5. I'm like, why do I have to have the biggest? And I'm the youngest. And just something as simple as that, I was just like, why? But understanding how God made me, just my feet, I learned to be grateful for them. And so I stopped in gratitude to say thank you to my feet for carrying me on the journey of life. Thank you for being there when I needed to run after my children when they were young. Thank you for taking me with such speed when my son was in school. He was in 3rd grade and he injured himself. And I ran from my car straight to the clinic. I remember that today. And I just said thank you to my feet because Alistair is now in college and he was in 3rd grade. But I never said thank you for my feet for carrying me, for running when I needed to run, and for walking slowly when I needed to walk slowly. And I'm saying thank you to my feet for carrying me out of toxic situations, toxic relationships, and for bringing me into new opportunities. I say thank you to my feet for carrying me, for walking many miles, for carrying my frame, of however heavy or however thin, they're carrying you. I say thank you for my feet for obeying the law of gravity and always keeping my feet planted on the ground so I'm not, like in space, up and down and around. Thank you to my feet for keeping me grounded, keeping my feet firmly planted on the ground, for allowing me to dance with my husband when I need to and jump and act like, I'm a teenager. Thank you to my feet for doing crazy things to get my husband to laugh and shake his head like, who are you? Thank you to my feet. Thank you to my knees for giving me flexibility. It bends 30 to 40 times a day to change my position. Thank you to my knees for the flexibility it provides for me to sit, stand, squat, and all the different positions that I ain't got no business doing, okay? Neither you. But thank God for knees. I am grateful to my knees for what it allows me to do. For my thighs, the strongest muscles in the body that keeps me standing, gets me up, and keeps me up. Thank God for my thighs. It connects my upper body to my lower body. I'm grateful that they're so strong. Would not be able to walk and jump and dance and skip and hop without the strength of my thighs. Have you thanked your thighs and your knees lately? So I'm saying you don't have to look too far. Just look at yourself. David says, fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you to my eyes for seeing, for allowing me to see what's in front of me so I don't bump in a wall or trip over things unnecessarily. I'm grateful for my eyesight. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful as I move up for my core. This is the center of my body. It keeps my body centered and strong. It houses some of the most important organs, our vital organs. Our chest area, the rib cage houses the heart. And I want to say thank you to my heart that from the day it started beating, it has continued to beat. When I'm happy, when I'm sad, when I'm grateful, when I'm ungrateful, no matter when I'm awake, when I'm asleep, it's on divine assignment to keep beating, to keep me alive. I want to say thank you to my heart for pumping gallons of blood through my entire body every single day without me asking, perfusing my entire body, sending oxygen to every single organ so it stays alive. I am grateful for my heart. How about you? I am grateful for my core, my stomach area, grateful for my stomach that will, hold all that goodness we're going to be having on Thanksgiving Day that allows me to eat to my satisfaction. I'm grateful for the processes in my intestine that will absorb the nutrients when I eat and purges my system when it needs to. I'm grateful for my intestines. I'm grateful for my pelvic area that houses my uterus and all my female organs that allows me to have two beautiful children by the grace of God. And for my stomach to stretch 9 months to carry my babies, to feel them moving on the inside. And I'm so grateful after they're born that it didn't stay all the way out there, but it obeyed the laws of God and went back in. I am grateful. Grateful for my hips that houses my most secret parts. That is a blessing to us. I am grateful because we use all these organs, or they're working for us, and maybe some of us have never stopped to say thank you to them for obeying the design of God to do what it does. See how many things we have to be grateful for? How about our backs, our spinal cords, that they send out all the nerves to the entire body that lets us know, experience pain or pleasure, that tells you when to step back, like, ooh, that's too hot, don't touch that. Or we experience pleasure and we say a little more of that, please. I'm grateful for my spinal cord, for my back that keeps it as God intended. And we come up, I'm grateful for my mouth. I can speak. I can interact. I can engage with you. I can chew my food and taste. Thank God for my tongue, which we have to tame, but it carries all our taste bud. And I forgot the number of different tastes that we can experience on our taste buds. With our taste bud, I'm grateful that I know when it's sour and when it's sweet and when it's bitter and when it's thick and when it's, I'm grateful for all the experience. I'm grateful for my nostrils, that when I take in cold air, it warms it before it sends it for my body to use in my lungs. Isn't that amazing? Grateful. We take it for granted because it's done automatically. But if any of those processes should just stop, you and I know the rest of the story. I'm grateful for my chest area that keeps my lungs expanding and contracting when I'm awake, when I'm asleep, that gives me more energy when I'm laughing or dare to do my aerobics, my cardio. I'm grateful for all of that. And I take it to my brain, the very center of us that gives us the ability to think, to process, to understand, to make decisions. I'm grateful. How about you? It connects us to everything else. It gives direction to everything else in the body. Do this, do that. I need you to compensate with this or with that. She doesn't have enough iron, so I need you to slow her down because we don't have enough oxygen in the body. Like it's the control center that's telling the body what needs to be done and directing everything as God designed it to. And when it's not functioning well, it's not a great experience and not a great life experience when it's not functioning well. So I am grateful for my mind. I'm grateful for my brain. I'm grateful for my intellect. I am so grateful. What are you grateful for? So as you eat your turkey this year, I encourage you to think about this conversation. Think about gratitude. You know, some of us are, we just have a serious pity party in our lives. We can point out all the things that are not working. I was in conversation with someone the other day, and I said, tell me what you don't want. And the individual was able to tell me about 10 or 12 things just like that. I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't like this, I don't like that. Just quickly. And I said, that was interesting. I said, then I said, now tell me what you do want. And it was difficult to say what I want. So it's important to understand what it is that you want. Be willing to be grateful for it before it shows up. Be grateful because your season will change. Don't throw yourself a pity party that all you can see is what you don't have or what you want. To the point that that energy is so great that you can't be grateful for what you already have. And it is necessary for you to have that attitude of gratitude with what you already have, so it can open the door for the things that you really want. That's good to my soul. So look at what you have. Honor it, celebrate it, embrace it, be grateful for it, however small or great. Function in the attitude of gratitude because it is so imperative. So, thank you for being with me this evening and for allowing me to lead this gratitude conversation. And I sincerely hope that as you sit around with your family and your friends this Thanksgiving, that it will just go further than the food, but you will take this deep. You will take into consideration this amazing attitude and how can you turn up your gratitude volume in your life. How can you turn it up? Just make it a little bit louder. How can you turn up that gratitude volume with those you're in relationship with to let them know how grateful you are? Dr. Martin, thank you for that. That blessed my soul. Thank you for saying that you have that gratitude, that I am here. I'm grateful that you're here as well. All of you are here. I am grateful that you hung on in there with me for how long now? Almost 2 years. Thank you for showing up when it was difficult, when you were busy and you had things to do. Thank you for sharing with me. I am truly, truly grateful. And this time for me, as this will be the last Tuesday until March, it will just be my time of just hiding away, time to just be with the Lord, time to finish some projects that I have started, time to just focus on me a little bit. I need that time of reprieve, that time of refreshing, that time of retreat. It's important to all of us. And so I'll be taking time just to seek the Lord in prayer to see what he would have me to do when I get back. What would he have me to say? Because I will only say if he gives me something to say. And if he doesn't, I'm quite okay with not saying anything. I'm that girl. But I'm so grateful for what he's doing and what he will do in the future. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Dare to turn up your gratitude volume in your life. And let everyone around you who you're attached to know how grateful you are. So thank you for allowing me to lead the conversation this evening. I love all of you. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who answered the question, just saying what you're grateful for. I got 4 responses, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for playing with me, and thank you for not just listening, but for participating, because that is so incredibly important as well. I love your comments. I read them, and I appreciate them. So blessings to you. I want to say to each and every one of you joining me as well, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. May the blessings of the Lord be upon you and all those who are attached to you. And as we get ready to close out this year, I pray that the blessings of the Lord will take you through it as we embark upon something more, something new, 2022. So I love you. Stay strong. Happy Thanksgiving. And turn up your gratitude volume. Until next time, take great care of you and walk good. Bye-bye.